All right, all right, all right. I am actually going to, I'm gonna do presentation mode. And I hope that that doesn't mess things up too bad. I can't really see you guys when I'm in oh yeah, I can actually, you're at the bottom there. Ah, but where'd it go? There it is. Can y'all see it? Perfect. Okay. So after Summit, I got with Summit, truly, my best ideas are always from people in the network who are a step ahead of me and who are doing things and building things that I aspire to build and to do. Right. And so somebody at Summit said, oh, but that would be copying if I just went ahead and used your posts for your boot camp. I actually got to thinking about it later, even more and more with education too, because we had mentioned like lesson plans and things like that. But like, that would be like me as a teacher saying, I can't teach out of this math book because the same school 2 blocks down is also using this math book, and that would be copying. No, there's a curriculum. There is a method to the madness. There is something that you input so that you can get a certain output, right? And the same thing applies with our challengers, the way we show up to our boot camps, but the same thing also applies to our business. And so when I see a coach that is where I aspire to be, I cling to their coattails. I allow them to be mentors from afar for me. And then I just take messy action. And so this whole idea of no diamond left behind, I literally learned it, my friends. I literally heard it and ingrained it on my heart about 3 or 4 days ago with all of you guys. And here I am taking action on it, right? And so I don't think you don't have to wait until you have a beautiful, outcome to be able to take the action. You can do it messy and imperfect along the way. So tonight, a couple of things I want to talk about as we're in this push together, because this is a push, whether you're here and you have maybe lost your diamond and you're wanting to regain that diamond and beyond. Maybe you're trying to help mentor coaches on your team how to go diamond, also while duplicating the same behaviors in your own business. Maybe you are a first-time going for diamond coach, and this has just been on your vision board, and you're like, it's time. This is what I want to do. You belong here. Right? I want you to know that you have a space here. It's not, the same things I'm teaching you guys tonight are the same principles I utilize to build my business. So I also want to start this off. If you are one of those coaches who has lost your diamond and you're here to regain it, and or you are helping to build another coach in your downline to diamond so that you're building your account to star status and above, this pertains to you. What I see time and time again is a lot of times coaches will get to that mountaintop of diamond and then they will stop doing the things that got them to diamond. That is a surefire way to fail. It's a surefire way. If you want to know, Brittany, how do I lose my diamond? How do I lose my emerald? How do I lose things? Stop doing the things that got you there. That's how you'll lose it. So this is not a business where you get somewhere and you stop. We don't get to the end of the school year and like breathe a sigh of relief. This is an ongoing business. But the beautiful part about this business and why it's not exhausting in the way other things can be is you're continuing to grow, you're continuing to expand, you're continuing to bring new people into your network. So it's never the same. The way that I would go for diamond again for myself is not the same way I scratched for it and clawed for it in the beginning, right? I'm continuing to grow. I'm continuing to see new faces in our community, and it's always evolving. And so it doesn't get bored, right? So we're going to go over mindset and belief of a diamond coach tonight. We're going to talk about action over outcome. We're going to talk about the action it takes to get to diamond and beyond. We're going to simplify diamond. I want to talk with you quickly about how I share about coaching, because this is going to be one of those, like, you're on the call tonight, now go. And then next week we'll come back and we'll talk, right? But you have to actually do things in the process. Okay. And we're also going to map out where we're at so that we know where we're going. Okay. So growing a team, you guys, it starts with you. You know my mantra on our team, it starts with me. It is no different with diamond, right? It still starts with you. If you don't have belief in the team you're building, other people will not want to join you. Think about it. Think about anything that has like belief in itself. Apple, they believe in what they sell. It makes me want to get it too. Target believes in what they promote and how they promote it and their marketing strategies and what they provide people with. It makes me want to believe in it too, right? When I think about companies, when I think about businesses, when I think about people or organizations that have belief in what they're doing, their belief causes me as an outsider to want to be on the inside and believe too. That's how you build a team. You have to have belief unwavering belief in yourself and in the team you're creating and in Beachbody. And you also have to have this unwavering commitment that no matter how many cups it takes you to turn over to find your people, you'll continue to turn over cups until you find them. The team that I have today is not the team I started with. My very first Emerald coaches, when I got my diamond the very first time, they're no longer on this team. My very first diamonds that I built and helped build their diamond and help believe in them and help them pave the way I'm doing with you right now, a lot of them are no longer on this team, okay? I have star diamonds who have built their business to star status, who are no longer working their business. Okay. Like, I want you guys to understand this, because I think it's important to understand you cannot control anyone. I can't control whether a single one of you go diamond. I can't control whether you level up to star status. I can't control who goes emerald this week, right? I can control how I show up and how I instill my belief and my commitment to this team. And the same is applicable for you. Okay. So it starts with you. You're probably like so annoyed by this slide, and that's why I love it. But if you want to know how you build to diamond, it's literally right here. It's on your tracker, your 4 vital behaviors. It's you first, my friends. Right now, we have such a unique opportunity coming off the launch of 645 and Summit Hype and everything to be absolute proof of these products. Okay, so committing to starting and finishing 645, but committing to it, you guys, with the frame of mind, I want you to pretend like there has never been a test group. You are the test group. Because for some people following you, you really are the test group. They don't know left from right. They don't know what they don't know. So if they see you start and finish a program and they've never seen someone do it before, you are the test group. You are proof the products work. And so what if for 90 days, I don't know, you went all in on you, on the program, on the supplements, on the nutrition plan? What if you pick a path this week during prep week and you really spend your time understanding it and getting your meal plans ready to go, and you make this commitment to going all in, you first? The other part of being of you first, I think we always talk about like be proof the products work, and we only talk about 2 products. And I had an epiphany today as I was creating these slides. I was like, we only ever talk about the fitness and the nutrition when we say products, but we have another product, and you guys felt it this weekend, the community. That is part of what we sell. The community is actually a huge part of what we sell. Without the community, a lot of us wouldn't be able to commit and stick to the fitness and the nutrition side of things, right? It's this community is the glue. And so being proof of the products is actually also intertwined with the community side of things. So being a part of it, celebrating people, recognizing people, cheering others on every single day shows people social proof that community works. Especially for somebody like me, who I didn't think I needed anybody to help me do anything. But when I can see other people showing me the power of community, all of a sudden my walls come down a little bit. I start to open up a little bit and I say, okay, tell me more, right? The second part is sharing with others, sharing your journey on social media daily. Some of us, we've got okay, I can share my morning routine down real well, but what else do you share throughout the day? What other parts of coaching are you sharing and breadcrumbing throughout the day? What other parts of what you provide? So when you go to check into your bod group, do you share about that? Do you celebrate wins? Do you do little snippets of something someone said that day? And it doesn't have to necessarily, if you're more in the beginning stages of your business, it doesn't have to be your person, quote unquote, right? It's your community. So if you get in the 645 group and someone says something like awesome today and you want to share it, freaking share it. A lot of times I just crop the person's name off and maybe say their name in my caption, but don't tag them, if I'm not certain that person's comfortable. But I want to share behind the curtains of coaching. So I don't share wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, everything in the morning. In fact, that's a terrible strategy, because if you share everything in the morning, then people are only going to see, people who are on in the morning are the only ones who are going to see what you share. You actually need to be sharing once every 3 or 4 hours, not a lot, maybe just a little bit throughout the day. So spreading it out. is so much more important than just trying to cram it all in the morning. So it's okay if maybe in the morning you do check into your bod group, but save that video reel or save that picture that you did and save it for a couple hours later. And that way it pops you to the front and the top of people's scroll when they see the stories at the top, right? You'll get to the top, you'll get to the front of it again because you have a fresh story uploaded. Okay. Be value-driven and solution-oriented. When I see coaches switch gears and say, okay, I'm ready to work this business, all of a sudden it turns into this like shark mentality where I'm just going to go get people. I'm going to go like swim and get people. And that's not what brought you here. And that's not what's going to sustain you here. So why do we tend to go into this like weird period where we just try to get people to join us? My friends, my business changed when I became more focused on how I could give value to people and how I could solve problems for people than it was about getting people. So every week in your marketing plan, when you're sharing on social, do you have a game plan for any value that you want to share? It could be a quote. It could be something you learn in your personal development. It could be a recipe. It could be a glimpse into your meal plan. It could be teaching people how to do the moves that you did today, right? That's value. And solving problems for people. If you continue to hear that people are busy, to me, that's a beautiful signal that that's something you can help solve for people. So how can you talk about how this is perfect for the busy woman who's on the go, right? We have at-home fitness so you don't have to commute. Workouts can be 30 minutes or less. Healthy meals on the go, like the best fast food you could ever put in your mouth. And a community you can take anywhere with you. You guys travel everywhere with me, right? And so when people are talking about being busy, how can you turn it into a solution if that's their problem, right? And then when you look at what you post week to week to week, ask, would you join you? Are you showing up as the person that's inspiring someone others to say yes? Okay. And sometimes you guys, I get this totally right. And I'm like, yes, awesome. Love myself this week. Other weeks, I don't. So it's always a balance. And I'm always auditing myself. Every week I'm looking back on what I'm sharing and auditing myself and saying, would I join me? And if the answer is no, if it was a little too much like me, gimmicky sales, then I kind of switch back, right? Connecting with people. I almost wrote on social, but it doesn't have to be on social. I love that a lot of us get on the phone with people. I love that I have neighbors across the street that ask me about Beachbody On Demand. You just connect with people. It doesn't have to be necessarily on social media. That's a great platform for it. And a lot of times what you do on social helps in real life conversations, right? Like when you get around a Thanksgiving dinner table or something like that. But connecting with people, Leah always says this, and I say it too. I love it. If your mouth is closed, so is your business. So when you get out in public with people, when you're around people, how can you be enthusiastic about what you're doing through a social media screen, right? Inviting them to do this with you, following up and treating this business like a business, my friends. You're in charge of the follow-up, right? If I called a company and I wanted, let's just say a hair appointment. We all know about hair appointments. Let's say I called my hair gal, okay? Marnie, shout out to Marnie, love her. Let's say I message her on Instagram. That's usually what I do first. I'll usually message her, Marnie, I need an appointment, right? She's like, girl, I got you, okay. And then she'll direct me. And then, you know, life happens. I get busy, I get off my phone and I forget. And so if the next day she doesn't follow up with me and say, hey girl, did you ever get a chance to like book the appointment? I didn't see you go through. Then I'm going to just fall through the cracks, right? The same applies. It's our job to reach out and remind our people that they said they wanted to do something and that we are here for them if they're ready. Marnie is here ready to do my hair when I'm ready, right? But I love the gentle nudges in case I forget. And then committing to daily action hours and especially checking off the income producing activities, which are in this second block of work right here, right? That is so powerful. And it's a part that a lot of us, especially coaches who are coaches and growing into Emerald, tend to not do, right? We tend to hide behind our posts. At least I know I did in the beginning. I would post and hope somebody came to me. I just looked at my inbox every day, hoping there'd be some magical unicorn in there wanting to join me. And occasionally there was, but not consistently. And we want consistent conversations. And the way I get consistent conversations of people interested is I extend the invite first and I follow up with them. Okay. Personal development and growth. This includes reading and listening to PD, where it could be a book, it could be an audiobook, it could be a podcast, they could be YouTube videos. It could be going back into team training and looking at New Coach U and looking at stuff. Maybe you're even listening to the replays that were just posted for all the summit training calls, right? Like that is personal development and growth. Get Over Your Damn Self is a really great book because it's network marketing based. We have not read that one as a team yet, but that one is really great if you want the ins and outs and nitty gritty of building a network marketing business and getting over your damn self. It's so good. And we're also going to be reading Built to Last, which is a great book if you are really truly not just attempting to get to diamond just to check off a box, but you want to actually build a team of people who love doing this business with you, which is what I think all of you want. I don't think you want to get to diamond and it's just a bunch of people who don't really like Shakeology, right? Is that fun? I don't think that's fun. I've been there. What's fun is when you have a team of other people who love building this with you. And that's what you're looking for. And then team calls, national wake-up calls, you guys, I don't miss them. I never have, I never will. National wake-up calls, this is the way I see it. If I was good enough, so good that I didn't need the national wake-up call, they would have me hosted every Monday. I've yet to be called. So until they call me, I have a thing or two to learn, right? And even if that thing or two, my friends, is how to speak better on video. Sometimes my takeaways are just how to be a better presenter, and that's okay too. These happen to be in Ali Tessitore's summit presentation, which you can go back and listen to. We missed her opening part of it because we were doing our own team training at the time, but she talks about, you know, in the beginning when she was really trying to build her business, she wondered, you know, how these coaches did it. And one of the coaches that she looked up to, who was in the top of the network, said that she invited 100 coaches a month. But what that breaks down to, that can sound really daunting. Like, oh my God, 100 coaches a month. That broke down to 3 a day, right? And so she made this little share the biz graphic, 3 coach invites per day, so that she could put people's names in there so that she knew she was moving the needle forward towards inviting specifically to joining her team. The other thing she shared was this new coach checklist, but I crossed off new, and I don't know if you can see it because your faces for me are blocking it, but I crossed it off and wrote Diamond Coach Checklist. Because again, that little gut check, that little nudge I gave you at the beginning, that a lot of times I feel like we get to diamond and we think, okay, I got to diamond. Here, everybody else do something and that'll move you forward. Is a terrible strategy. It's a terrible strategy. The things that got you as a new coach to get to diamond or to get to emerald, to get to diamond, to get out of your comfort zone, they're the same things that are going to get you to diamond, diamond again and again and again. So these are things that I would encourage your new coaches to do as you're onboarding new coaches, which all of you are going to be doing. This is a great checklist for them. Have them pick a program and know when they're going to start it so that you can rally together and help them complete it. That's so important, right? Help them create a post on social media about joining the team. And I love how Annie shared with me the other day that she actually went to Chelsea, to her new coach, and shared with her how she specifically messages those one-on-one supporters. So the people who are loving it, the people who are commenting it, what do you even say? Take your new coaches by the hand and let them know what you would say to somebody that sprinkled your post with love, right? Help them write down affirmations, or, you know, I even loved Andrea. I saw Andrea, one of her gifts that she gave Sarah while she was here was this little affirmation cards for women, which is from Amazon. But I love that that was like a new coach gift that she gave, right? Because for our new coaches, I think it can be really daunting to think of like, okay, well, what affirmations? And when they're in like a pretty format that just kind of sticks, it hits differently. So maybe consider helping them, you know, give them graphics, right? Or put these on your team pages. Give them affirmations if they don't have them for themselves in the beginning. Making a list of 100 people. There you go. There's your share the biz form, right? And sending out those messages to find your 3 to help. Notice how that list of 100 breaks down to 3. Because you invite 100, that does not mean 99 people are going to join your team. That means if you ask 100, chances are you will probably find your 3 to 5 within there. Okay. Maybe 10 of them are interested. Probably 70 of them won't even answer you, right? So out of that list of 100, know that it's normal not to hear back from people, but also know that it's normal that out of 100, 3 is like a gold mine win. I don't want you to think I only had 3 people and I invited 100. I want you to think, oh my gosh, I've got 3 people out of these 100 that I invited that are excited, right? We've also heard about the color wheel. If you've never completed that, that's also within the New Coach University that helps with your branding. Understanding what Success Club is month after month after month. You guys would be surprised. Sometimes I'm surprised because I know what Success Club is, but do you know that Success Club is not just helping 3 people with a challenge pack? Do you know exactly what you need to sell in order to get those 1 or 2 points? Do you know about retention points? Because they've been sprinkling retention points at us. If these are all things that you're like, oh, I don't really know, this homework for you. The other part of Success Club that we love to forget about is that you have to be a 90 personal volume of home direct, meaning Shakeology or your performance stack. But you have to have that on home direct in order to achieve Success Club. There's actually 2 boxes you have to check off. One is the helping people, one is coaching yourself, right? Being proof of the product. If you're helping 3 people and Beachbody sees that you don't have a supplement coming to your house that month, they don't care that you helped 3 people because the person they want you to help most is you, right? And so you don't hit Success Club if you've only helped the 3 people. You've got to remember that other component. Knowing your diamond roadmap, knowing who's on your team, knowing what sides and legs they're on, knowing when your coaches have another coach that they've enrolled. Do you know what legs they're on? You're in control of understanding your organization as it grows. Okay. And then talking to your upline coach throughout this whole journey. When it's easy, when you have wins, y'all, I love when you message me with your wins, but rarely do you ever message me when you're struggling. And I feel like at some point, somewhere, someone has taught you that when you're struggling, you shouldn't reach out. But I'm not a mind reader. So I might not know that you're struggling with something, or that, yesterday I sent this invite and I was on top of the world and I got the nastiest gram back from someone and it just crushed my spirit. I might not know that unless you share that. And then I can help you through that, right? But I can't help anyone through it if I don't get that feedback, right? Sometimes it's simple tweaks. Maybe you did send out 100 invites, but maybe they were just really terrible invites. And maybe I could help you adjust the way you're speaking to people, because I know in the beginning that would have helped me greatly if somebody helped me adjust what I was saying, because I tended to word vomit too much, right? So this is a new coach checklist, and this is a great way to help your new coaches get started as you're onboarding them, right? But this is also a great way to check yourself. Are you doing what you would ask new coaches to do? Yeah. So perfection, my friends, prevents progress. I'm all about the progress. You know it. You know what? Progress is my jam. I will take progress, slow and steady, over someone who tries to come in and give me a perfect week. Right? Anyone can come in and fill their tracker out for a full week after summit. Talk to me in 3 weeks. When your energy's died, when the momentum's gone, when you're a little bit more disconnected from the event and life settles in. Are you still getting on calls like these? Are you still pushing yourself for the goals? Are you still making progress, right? Imperfect action for me beats perfect ideas every time. You can have the most perfect idea in your head, but if you don't take the action, no one cares. It'll go to the grave with you. So imperfect action. Be the kind of coach who takes messy action while they learn. So diamond is simple, truly simple. And it really comes down to a belief. And I love these pictures. I've had a couple where it's just me and one other person on my left and a person on my right. And we know, or hopefully, if you're on this call, you know that to be emerald, you need one coach on your left and one coach on your right. But diamond is now really having that one emerald on your left and that one emerald on your right. It's kind of the same thing. It's just a little higher level. Okay. So instead of just, can I teach someone how to fill out a form and do their share a cart? It's now, can I teach someone how to do that for 2 other people? It's really not that hard. It's literally that simple. Okay. But it becomes to the belief, and it comes back to that, like I said, that unwavering belief, because it starts with you. There's no one else that's going to grow your business. So if you haven't found that person on your left that wants to learn how to invite other people, you've got to find more people. Okay. Your mindset and your why is going to be everything. Belief, like I said, is everything in this business. And you have to become deeply rooted in why you became a coach. So put pen to paper. We will do these exercises together after this call. I'm going to get us into like a nice pod together so we can all really just like really be in this together. Remember, no diamond left behind. We're going to be in this race together. Okay. Doesn't matter if you hit it tomorrow. It doesn't matter if you hit it in 6 months or a year. I don't care. When you hit it is when you hit it, and that's your journey. Okay. Even if the coach that hits it tomorrow, they still have more to grow. They're not done, right? Remember that? So you have to be deeply rooted in why, and we will share these together. Okay. Why you became a coach. What was that? Why? What was that motivating factor? And why did you decide to coach others too? For me, it truly in the beginning was about income, and it was so income driven, except I wasn't making an income. And I had to figure out that it wasn't about the income for me. I truly wanted to create, and now where I'm at is I want to create this community of other people that were just sold out on being lights for others, that we want to inspire other people to be their best selves, and that it starts with us. And then where you desire to go for others to want to follow along, you have to be the GPS. If you don't know where you're going, nobody else does either. If you don't know what you have to offer for August, if you don't know what you're going to offer in September, if you don't know what you're offering, then no one knows what to join, right? The same thing for your team. If you don't know that you're offering a push to Emerald, or if you're offering a new coach mentorship or whatever, remember, imperfect action, you don't have to do it perfectly. But if you don't know what you're offering or where you're trying to go with your team, others on your team don't know either. Okay. Affirmations and dreaming big, writing them out, reading them daily, speaking them over your business and your life until you believe them and see them. A lot of the goals and visions I have on my vision board for myself in past years literally sat dormant for years and years and years until one day they didn't anymore. I had to just keep seeing them, speaking them over my business until I could actually see them in real life. Like I said, committing to a program. It's so simple. You commit to a program, you invite others along. Your business solution is found in your fitness journey. How are other people going to want to coach other people if they don't see you being the coach that coaches other people, right? So it starts with me, and it starts with that commitment to the program, and it starts with showing people how you're coaching yourself and then starting to coach other people that shows other people that it's possible for them. And then your story and your brand are uniquely yours. You don't have to be someone else. You don't have to show up like me. You don't have to show up with the same why as the person to your left or your right. It's yours. It's uniquely yours. So complete that color wheel on the team page as many times as possible. And I'll share it with you guys too in our thread, and start sharing your journey in ways you haven't before, right? Get uncomfortable, because it's your story, your unique voice, your mess, my friends, that becomes your message. So many of you guys cling to me and trust me because of the messy things I've shared with you, not because of this polished version of Brittany that I try to, hide behind. It's the mess that makes you closer to me. So sharing about your business. A lot of times we get stuck on this. We're really good about sharing about our fitness. We're really good about sharing about, our bod groups, but how do I share about the business? Share what you're doing literally every day. And so this becomes a gut check for you. Are you working your business every day? Because if you are, then you have things to share about. Okay, how you fit it in. Maybe you're busy and you've got cracks of your day, so you have to share how you fit it in. Maybe you get to share a day in the life of coaching. Pull back the curtain. For me, this is an example story of how in the afternoon I'm having my pre and I'm getting things prepped for my Strong Girl Summer theme. I'm getting a free 5-day commitment challenge going. We've got Hype Week kicking off for our new program, the sample workout. I've got a call with, a coach, and then I'm taking the mic on her call and I'm sharing what I'm doing as a coach, right? And so you all have your things that you can be sharing too. As you're creating content for your group, that's part of your day in the life of a coach. Pull back the curtain and let people in. Don't be afraid to talk about who you're looking for, right? Some coaches are specifically looking for busy moms. Some of them are specifically looking for, fit pros. Like, it doesn't matter. And you don't have to, for me, I just want really great motivated women who are ready for change. I just want the motivated woman who's ready for change. That's all I want. And that could be a wide spectrum of people, but that's what I want. I want that woman who's ready to do the things. You can reshare posts from your teammates and your coaches. A lot of you guys do a great job of this when like team calls happen and things like that. Keep that going. Find other ways to do it too. And then planning and hosting coach info sessions and inviting others to join. Even if it's one that we're doing collectively as a team, sharing about it on your social media as if it was created and designed by you is so important. Other ways I share about my business is flat static posts on my page once per week, you guys. You need a post on your feed about coaching. And a lot of you guys did a great job coming off of Summit. Keep that going. You have so many pictures now that you can use every week. And Thursdays are a great time because it's our recognition day. It's like the top of the work week, but payday. It's a great time to talk about coaching on your feed. Talk about how coaching has blessed your life. Coaching blessing your life does not have to be income. It can be sometimes, and make sure you're inserting an income disclaimer if it is, but it's so much bigger. Like we said, it's bigger than workouts and shakes. It's also bigger than a paycheck. There's life changes happening. And so talk about how it's blessed your life. Talk about who's blessing your life. Maybe you got a picture with someone. Introduce us to her, right? Maybe like Leah, she took a picture with me in front of the pool. And so maybe Leah posts, and this is Leah, you don't need to do this, but I'm just using an example, right? That she could post and say, you know, I want you to meet my girl, Brittany. And then tell us about that person. How'd you meet them? Some of you, it's very unconventional how you met your person, right? Talk about what they've done for you in your life. How have they pushed you? How have they leveled you up? And what would you even know them if coaching wasn't in your life, right? So that's a way you could talk about how coaching's blessed your life, is these relationships. So many times we get objections, and you'll get them if you're reaching out and talking to people. Combat those. You can combat objections in a tasteful manner in posts. I've done it in not tasteful manners, but that's just me. But I've combated the pyramid scheme objection head on. And I'll tell you over and over again that corporate America is a pyramid scheme because there's a CEO that no one can out earn. To me, that looks like a pyramid, right? We have coaches on our team right now out earning their upline coaches and outranking their upline coaches. That's happening on our team right now. In fact, there's coaches on our team who could potentially outrank me before the year is up. I'm here for it. Bring it on. Let's go, right? Like, that's awesome because it shows you that this is an even playing field and that success is not above you. There's no one here that's going to determine your success other than you. And you could also recognize coaches for something awesome. It doesn't have to be big, you guys. Maybe your coach did their very first coming out post. Recognize it. Maybe your coach, shared for the first time on their stories with their workout. Recognize it. Maybe a coach hit an awesome rank or milestone. Recognize it, right? But you can recognize anyone on this team. Okay, and lastly, let's map it out. So you guys got on the event page, I put a JPEG picture version of this that you can save, but you want to track this. I will shout you out when you're halfway, when you're diamond watching, all the things, and that's fun. And you can be excited when Brittany does stuff like that, or when your upline does stuff like that. But the reality is, you guys, you need to map this out for you because you need to know where you're going, and you need to know how much further you have to go and what it takes to get there. Right. And so I want you to make sure that you have ownership of that I don't go into your back office and say, hey, sister, by the way, you put all your coaches on your left and none on your right. Like nobody should have to tell you that. You should be catching those things, right? Because you're in charge of your business, right? If you can't be in charge of the 12, how would you be in charge of many? And so that's one of the things I want to kind of leave you guys with as we wrap up is if you want to be leading a lot, know that that comes with great responsibility. Leading 2 is responsibility, but leading 12 is great responsibility. And leading even more than that is even greater responsibility. And it's a blessing. It is such a gift to be leading and be an example for others. But remember that you have to become the kind of person that can do that. Right. And so along the way too, that's where that personal development, those affirmations, that's where visualizing your best self comes into play huge and taking ownership of where your business is heading. Because if 12 people is daunting and you can't keep track of that, then sister friend, you're never going to be able to keep track of more than that. Right. And I know a lot of you guys want to be able to do that. So right now, act as if. act as if you have a tribe of 50 and you've got to really keep your like eye on them every day, and go in the back office and learn all you can about them, right? I love if coaches catch things before I do. Don't let me catch that your coach hit Success Club before you do. Don't let me catch that your coach is halfway to Emerald before you do. Catch them, catch your coaches. And the way I catch you guys is I check in the back office, right? It's something I do daily, multiple times, sometimes a day, but at least once a day, especially when you're growing this organization. So let me hit